Hello, my dear Cancers. I'm Empress Rose and welcome to your reading. Again, these are general readings, so if you'd like a more personal reading, you can go ahead and contact me through the information on this page. And also, so some of it may resonate, some of it won't. Take what's useful to you, let go of what's not. It's actually a good exercise for just all of life in general. And I would like to let you know that I have pre-shuffled and prayed over these, and it's just time consuming to do it on camera. All right, so we'll go in. We're going to start with the Oracle of Mystical Moments to give us an overall general idea of where we're going with this reading. So, message for Cancer. Most useful, helpful message for Cancer. It's the most helpful thing Cancer can know right now. Helpful message for Cancer. Okay. Wants to give me the entire deck. Or nothing. It's like all or nothing. It's the most useful message for Cancer. It's the most useful message for Cancer right now. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, it did give me a lot. It was sort of an all or nothing read here. But let's see what we've got. Oh my gosh. We have this card. Again, I keep getting this card today. Secrets. We have an emotional secret. We're very tall. We have this very tall presence. I don't know if we've locked the secrets away. Time or the reading will tell if we've locked these secrets away or if we're unlocking them. But we are up on a pedestal, and we can unlock this when we feel like it, when we're ready. We're very much in control of the situation right now. Oh, sunny day is exactly what it looks like. This is your sunshine card in this deck. There's magical, visionary support from the past, from ancestors that have gone on before. You're looking into, we can't see what you're looking at, but it's beautiful, it's visionary, it's gorgeous, and you're protected, and it's there's a yin-yang energy here of a balance and magic and visions. I love it. And we have weaving flowers. So you don't know what that's so fascinating, because here you're seeing something that we can't see, and here you can't see, but we see what you're building here. We see what you're weaving together, this beautiful fabric of flowers. I can almost smell it. It's so fragrant, and these flowers are descending upon you, and you're weaving them into something beautiful just by instinct, just by feel. You can't see anything. You can't see where you're going. It's a very passionate situation. And then we have this card, New Directions. And you're heading off. You're floating away. You are... not only has this like sort of dandelion puff air balloon launched and taken off, you're taking off from the taking off. You're flying off here. You're like heading off in a totally different direction. So that's what I'm getting with here. You can see, but only in your mind, the direction where you want to go. You have surrendered yourself to the, I want to say, grace of the universe. You can see something in this fog, in this mist, in this light, this cloud of light that we can't see, and you are taking off into. You've surrendered to the flow completely here. I mean, the air balloon has a sense of surrender to it too, because it's not in control. It's not self-propelled. It's allowing the universe to take it. And then this is just even more so. And you're creating something, but you don't know. And these two have that same vibe of like, you're creating something, you're going somewhere, you're creating a life. But but there's so much surrender to it, and there's so much not knowing to it and not seeing. And so maybe you're just looking at this light and you love it, but you can't see anything very clearly through it. So you're looking into sort of a glowing fog bank. I don't know if you've ever experienced that, where there's fog, and then there's sort of this, when you're in the fog, there's this light that just permeates the fog, and you're sort of in this cloud of light. And I don't know, this is a secret that maybe it's a secret to you too. Maybe you don't know, and you're waiting for the time when you feel ready to open something up. Maybe you're waiting to be ready to go into this unknown and to launch yourself. I don't know what that secret card is. And it's a secret to me. All right, we're going to go into the main reading, the Santa Muerte Tarot deck. These again have been very thoroughly shuffled. Okay, for Cancer, for our ever-loving Cancers. Okay, this is your past. Whoa. Okay, this is your present. This is your internal landscape. This is what blocks you. This is your external landscape. This is your to-do list. And this is where you're going. This is fascinating. Again, some more similar cards, and I swear I've shuffled these. I'm very superstitious about shuffling, and it's no fun for me if I suspect that the repeats are because I was lazy. I like the joy and the challenge of having a new story every time. So, okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles. This is in your recent past. This is the beginning of a harvest. This is the beginning of a new thing, a promising actual money-making venture. You're just beginning the harvest. You're beginning to put these ideas in your little mind basket. So actually it reminds me of this little mind basket here. Oh my gosh, and it reminds me of this because this top hat right here that you've been traveling in is sort of a mind basket. I mean, we could think of hats as sort of mind baskets. So you're just, you're at the very beginning, the learning stages. You're just starting to harvest. There's not a lot of fruit to harvest in your garden quite yet, but you're beginning to. And then in your current situation, we have the Two of Swords. This is, oh gosh, I love this card. I'm getting a sense of pruning shears here. You need to prune out some ideas. That's what you're doing right now. You're cutting things out that aren't working for you anymore. You're pruning out some ideas. You have to be a little bit sharp. But these blades are not facing each other. They're facing out. So I feel like maybe this isn't, this looks like a very, this looks like a very ineffective scissors because the blades aren't pointing towards each other. It's pointing away from each other. So there's some pruning here, and maybe it's not going well. But this is like a needing to cut out some thoughts you're having, some ideas that aren't serving you anymore. You need to cut down these. I'm getting a sense of a florist. You need to cut out some things that aren't working for you. And maybe you're not feeling like you're doing a very good job, or you're well equipped to cut out these things. But here I'm seeing that you do have all the keys. So, but right now you're feeling like, what do I want in my mind bouquet? And how long do I want these stems in my mind bouquet? And what do I want it to look like? And so you need to do some cutting and some pruning, and maybe you aren't feeling capable of doing that or wanting to do that quite yet at this moment, but you need to. So you either need to get a functional scissors or fix the scissors you've got so that you can get going on this this project and move forward with this harvest with something that's a little more functional. So that's what your present moment is, cutting out things or needing to cut out things knowing that you're needing to cut out things, but not quite having the tools, or not thinking you have the tools to do that. So in your internal landscape is the internal landscape card. So you are trying to see within. You want to see within. You want more clarity. You're trying to follow your intuition. You're trying to understand where you're at, who you are. There's this several reflections of the moon. So you're really looking into your emotions, into your feelings, and you have this larger pond that you're a part of, and then you also have your own little cup here, which has the moon also reflected in your own little cup that you've brought to this pond. This pond is where things grow. I feel like this pond is like the origin story of our souls or something, and you're trying to look into it, and you're trying to understand it and see and intuit. Nothing's very clear. You're not feeling a lot of clarity. Maybe that's a good thing, because your scissors isn't working to cut out, to trim out these plants, because if you're not having a lot of clarity, it's going to be really hard to see and make good decisions about what to cut out and what not to cut out. But I'm seeing again this intuitive thing. You are creating something intuitively. I think you might be scared to cut things out because you're not sure you're seeing it clearly. But this is saying that you are seeing it clearly, and you are creating something very beautiful with your intuition. And what's blocking you is this Ten of Pentacles. This is a worn out, ramshackle village that has no more. It's tired. It's done. It's falling apart. So there's something in your life. There is such a vibe here of needing to cut out something. There's something in your life that's blocking you, that's outlived its usefulness, and preventing you from going anywhere. So it's time to transform that energy and move on. These are feet here as part of this butterfly. This is this sort of moving on thing, and you're not quite able to move on. You're looking at this village with a lot of nostalgia and a lot of love, and you grew up there. This is something about your personal growth happened here. And you're not quite ready to move on, but this village is tired, and it wants to return to the earth. It wants you to let go, and it wants you to move on, but you're having a hard time doing that. So that's what's blocking the situation. I'm seeing that in several different cards here, is having a hard time moving forward, moving on. In your environment is the Devil card. No, the Devil card is awesome because this is a Santa Muerte deck. So this Devil card is passions pulling at you. There's strings, and here's this passion. So this can be like a obsession. This can be a sort of bedeviling by something that's bothering you. This can be addiction, but what it really is a passion. It's an artistic passion, and it's pulling at you, and there are strings pulling at you, and it can be so hard to understand, or intuition, and where it's bringing us and where it's pulling us. We can feel this like cord pulling on us. We have these cord. You can't see them very well, but we have these same sort of marionette strings coming down, and she's weaving something with her intuition. And so it can be so hard to like understand where these strings that pull at us is, these senses that pull us forward and into doing something. What are they? Where are they bringing us? Why this? And we can't ever understand unless retrospect. And sometimes I think that that's what heaven is the concept of heaven, is being able to look back and understand why things happened the way they did. But I'm seeing these strings pulling at you, and maybe you're thinking about cutting these strings, or maybe these strings are pulling you to your destiny. Oh gosh, I think I just obfuscated the point here, but that's the whole situation here, is this this intuition, and what really is it, and where is it really bringing us. And then we have another unlocking energy here. Gemini just got this one. this is your to-do list. And this is a choice of the heart. Like, are we going to follow our heart, or are we going to follow our mind and these, like, this is what you're supposed to do, this is how you're supposed to do. So this key to unlock this is descending from heaven. It's very divine, and it's asking you, are you going to unlock the path of the heart? And here we have a partnership. I don't see partnership in any of these other cards. This mostly seems like a solitary venture that you're on. And in fact, leaving partnerships. So this is a unlocking, and this is a choice where one choice, this is the road less traveled, the less sure choice, and it's going to be a longer journey. So your to-do list is to get that key and unlock this path of heart, which is what I'm seeing here, this path of heart and unlocking it. I mean, we have this lock here too. So this is asking you to unlock that path and to move forward. It's divinely guided, even though it doesn't seem to be making any sense, and it doesn't seem to be, there's not a lot of clarity here, but it's asking you to unlock this and move forward with the path of where your intuition is calling to you, even though you don't understand it. And then where you're going is this Five of Wands. This is a passion place. This is a place, there's a spark here. And maybe we didn't know we were going to spark this. We don't, we've sparked something. And this little spark is showing us where we are, the room that we're in. And we can see a little bit of like, oh, look, I'm in this kitchen. I'm at this table in this restaurant, and maybe the lights are out, but this is that little spark of intuition, and you've got it, and you're going to be able to see. You're going to be able to see where you are and see where you're going. You can't see right now. You just have these strings pulling at you, but soon you are going to be able to see. So I feel like. Actually, honestly, it feels like last week's reading a little bit, where your intuition was going to cross a threshold before your brain did. And so I'm seeing just such a deeply intuitive card, and to trust that intuition, even though you don't understand where it's going, you don't understand why you're being pulled in this direction. But there is a promise of happiness here and of clarity that's going to come after you make the decision. So Cancer, good luck following your heart this week. Again, like, subscribe, or comment. Any of those will help my little baby channel grow into a toddler channel and find the audience of people that need to see it. So I hope you have a wonderful week.